Hello, I'm Frank Buckholz, the Regional Director for North Langley for the Greater Langley Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to the Chamber's series of videos with candidates for Langley City and Langley Township Council. With me now is Margaret Kunst, who is running for a term as a councillor on Langley Township Council. Welcome, Margaret.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to run for council this time.
So I was born and raised in Langley. It says Deep Roots, Clear Vision. The Deep Roots is, I was born in Maryville Hospital, lived in 4 different communities. Growing up, we got to experience a lot of the opportunities that, you can do in Langley, like sports. And so my family, my husband and I raised 4 kids, and they got to experience all the great things about Langley as well. And part of the reason I'm running is that I want my kids to also have the same opportunities that we had. And so we owned our own business for 20 years, Far West Sauce and Shavings. I'm also the operations director for the Pucks Power Play Foundation. And the Pucks Power Play Foundation, we serve underserved kids. We help them play sports. We have a clubhouse where they can get help with homework and meet volunteers in the community, as well as get jobs and gain work experience.
Great. Well, I'm going to ask you a few questions about some of the issues that the Chamber has identified, and hopefully this will help our viewers to get a better sense of where you stand on those things and just a bit more about yourself. Transportation and transit have been issues in Langley certainly for as long as I can recall.
Yes. As
a growing community and as a community that's kind of in the center of the Lower Mainland, or in terms of if you include the whole Fraser Valley. What do you see as the top transportation priorities in Langley Township, and what could you do about them as a councillor?
So top transportation, for myself, I've experienced as a transit user, just being able to get around in Langley. Of course, the congestion that we have on our streets is just something that everyone's working really hard on trying to figure out the best way to go forward with new developments. And I really believe that transit needs to play a bigger role in that. As a transit user, I work downtown Vancouver as a tour guide, and I've been doing that for about a year and a half. So I was forced to take transit, and it's been a really eye-opening experience. I live in Brookswood, so it's a little more difficult to get from Brookswood to a place where you can park your car. So I drive over to Carville, the Exchange, which is wonderful. And if anyone from Aldergrove or Brookswood knows, you want to get the 503, which is the express bus to the SkyTrain. I think truly we need to have, some better options for if you live, especially in places like Brookswood and Aldergrove. We just don't have the same access to as many buses as you do, say, here, maybe closer to the highway. You can park your car at the Exchange and get to the SkyTrain a little easier. So that would be a priority for me.
Okay. In the area of housing, that's also been a pretty hot topic in the election because it's rapidly becoming unaffordable for many young people to own any kind of housing, and renters are also feeling the squeeze as rents have gone up quite a bit. Council has limited powers with housing, but certainly has some things that it can do. And what would you see would be good priorities for the next Township Council to help create and sustain affordable housing?
So as a mother of 4 children who are all hardworking millennials, that is one of the difficult things for me, is to see them really struggling either to find a place to rent that's affordable and they make decent money. And then in the future to be able to save enough money for themselves, for their own family going forward. So I think for me personally, I also know a lot of people who came here as newcomers. So they don't even have a nest egg. They're just they're working hard. They're trying to, find just something affordable for their family just to rent. So I think as a municipality, as councillors, we have a responsibility to just do whatever we can to either create incentives for developers to create some affordable housing, but I really think that there's enough people that steer this ship in a different direction so that, you know, everybody in our community is able to afford a house or even just a place to affordable rent. So yeah, that's just something that's really a priority for me.
So you would rate that as a fairly high priority?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually on 2 committees right now.
Okay.
Where those topics are front and center, and yeah.
And the Chamber as a business organization, we represent a lot of businesses and speak for businesses even that aren't our members.
Yeah.
And we always want the business environment to be competitive and fair and costs to be as low as possible. What can you do as a councillor to make the business environment good for businesses in terms of taxation, licensing, and other things?
So as a business owner, my husband and I, for 20 years, we know the value of being in a place where, you know, you can run a business and where you can be successful. And it's really important that I know that there's the business and light industry in Langley pay 36% of our taxes. So we need to make sure that we create as many, support as many proposals as we can that, you know, encourage business to grow, to develop, newcomers, you know, to start a business if that's, you know, what they need. You know, what are the tools that they need to start a business. As far as, you know, we need people to work in those jobs. So we need to connect with the business community and the community at large that have these people. Like, I know I very much work with a lot of newcomers, and they want to have these jobs. So, so I think that's important too, just to kind of bring people together. And
good. Well, thank you very much, Margaret.
okay, well, thanks for having me.